Welcome back, everybody. CueSports International proudly presents the 22nd U.S. Bar Table Championships, coming to you live here from the Grand Sierra Resort in Reno, Nevada, from the Kamui of Reno. And this event is sponsored by OB, which is the official cue of the U.S. Bar Table Championships, along with Kamui, the official tip of the USBTC. And once again, our deep gratitude to those great companies for their long-standing affiliation with CSI. And we've got Jerry Matchin, who is about to rack them up against Moscone Cup member Justin Bergman. And this will be our last 9-ball match this afternoon. At 5:30 is the 10-ball final. And we're just going to kind of play it by ear as far as what's going to happen after that, because there's a possibility of 2 sets there. But I'm sure we'll have something available for you after that. So stay with us if you would. And on behalf of everybody here at CSI on the stream team and everybody involved with the Bad Boys Billiard Productions, our appreciation to each and every one of you who have joined us on the pay-per-view. Thanks a lot for your support. So here we go. Jerry breaks rack number 1. Jerry is a very familiar face here at this event. He's been supporting it for many, many years. And if you know Jerry, you know he's the proprietor of a great pool room down in Ventura, California, Sticks. And he's also a terrific guy. Have had the pleasure of knowing him now close to 20 years. And he's just a good person. Jerry's got a pretty good one-pocket game, too. Nice shot there. But a definite contrast in styles here. Jerry is a bit of a deliberate player, and Justin's more of a rapid-fire, quick-paced player. Kind of like the tortoise in the hare a little bit here, but both guys know how to get the job done. So I got my good partner Andy here running the TriCaster for the next several matches here, probably for the rest of the day. Give Justin a little break and let him go attend to some other issues that he's got to deal with CSIs. So Andy and I will take you along, and I'm hopeful to have Scott Frost in the booth with me for the 10-ball final, and that all is dependent on his 9-ball schedule. But the plan is for him to join me for that match if he's available. So while Jerry makes quick work of these last 2 balls, I will remind you that there was 150 players in the men's division. I don't have the final count on the women's division for 9-ball. I will get you that in the next couple of hours. They are just now going to get underway in the women's division. 4 o'clock was their first round start. And if you'd like, you can follow the online brackets, track the progress of your favorite player or just any other players you have an interest in at ctsondemand.com. And you can also do that through the Bad Boys Billiard Productions website, our tournament direction team, at badboysbp.com. So Jerry with a break and run out of the gate. And Mr. Bergman ready to fire off here in rack number 2. Pretty much everybody has found the speed to break on the TV table here. It's probably a 70% of your speed, roughly in that vicinity. You certainly don't need to power them. And the corner ball has been going exclusively almost every rack. And I guess it's nice in a way to not have to worry about calling balls and having options as we do in the 10 ball. Of course, we will see that coming up next, but this is just good old sloppy 9 ball. And you don't have to call anything. The 9 does count on the break in any pocket. Cue ball fouls only. 3 foul rules in effect. Push out allowed after a legal break. Alternate break. And that's about it. Race to 9. So we're going to open up here with a pair of break and runs. That's just the way we like it. So each man has done his job, and back to Jerry. So we've got Jeffrey Ignacio, who you saw in the last match against Edgy Geronimo. And Jeffrey definitely played a subpar match as far as the standards that we're used to from him. Made a lot of unforced errors. And I'm just wondering if he's kind of got his focus more on what's coming up at 5:30, and maybe that had something to do with his less than stellar play in the prior match. But he's going to have an opportunity in a true double elimination format. His opponent, Skylar Woodward, is going to have to beat him twice. And actually, Jeffrey was the person that put Skylar on the B side. They played the hot seat last night. It went hill. And Jeffrey came out on top. And you know Skylar's foaming at the mouth for revenge. And I really think it's pretty much a toss-up between those two guys. They're very evenly matched. So it should be a lot of fun. Nice shot here by Jerry. Two-way shot, of course, but nicely executed. A little hard to tell. I think the 2's going to clear the 7. Might have to cheat the pocket to the inside the short rail a little bit, but I don't know. Maybe it won't go. If he rolls up on the 8, we know it won't go. If it does go, he's probably going to maybe have to wind up with a 3-8 combination in the side or power it out. I think he's playing safe all the way here. And that's not going to be good enough. Justin could take a whack at this cross side and try to open the 4-7, be right there for the 3, but he'd be putting the whole game on that. He can graze it off the left and go up table for safe if he wants to. But a very offensive-minded player, and he's got good bank skills. So it wouldn't surprise me to see him fire this right across the side. Might not have enough angle to get to the 4, but he's taking another look here before he decides what to do. Just the way they drew it up in the book. Nice shot, Justin. Well, both players are shooting 1,000. 3 racks. Now Jerry with a dry break there in the last game. I think he broke dry, didn't he? No, I'm sorry. He played safe on the 2-ball, remember? And then Justin banked it across the side. So Jerry not batting 1,000, but Justin sure is. 2-1. Cue ball is going to get hit in by the 8. Oh boy. Not that it had much on the 1-ball, but at least he'd be at the table with a chance to play a good safety as opposed to ball in hand for his opponent. Just probably the 3 to the 4 is all the business here. Straight in on the 4 will be fine. And everything else is sitting good. Jerry would like to be able to play the 3 and just come 1 rail across to the 4. And that is the angle he's left himself. Nice work, Jerry. 2 to 2. And it's your turn to break. Again, I'm going to repeat, if you didn't hear earlier, we have crowned a women's 10-ball champion earlier today before we went on the air. And that person turned out to be none other than 16-year-old Taylor Hanson, playing in her very first U.S. Bar Table Championship. And she knocked off Jessica Frederes in the final. Jessica being a former champion here, so that was no easy task. So congratulations to young Taylor on a job well done and well deserved. I think the 1 will go by the 2. It's really tight. He's having a good look at it. Maybe it will. If not, he'll roll up between the 2-8 he's gonna leave Justin enough room to at least hit the one. Had he wedged him in there between the 2-8, it would have taken a lot of Justin's options away. But I think he can spin it in off this long rail at least to hit the ball. Might have to twirl it just a tad. Well, it won't hurt him too bad because the 3-6 is still messed up. Came out as far as he wanted to. He wanted more angle on the 2. He's going to try to, excuse me, spin around and break him up, but I don't know if he can do that here. He might be able to. I'll really have to juice this. Nice shot. Really very proud of Justin and the entire Moscone Cup team. I was fortunate enough to go to Blackpool and be the USA ref. And regardless of the outcome, Team USA has a lot to be proud of in the way that they handled themselves as true professionals and showed the cohesiveness and team spirit that Mark Wilson spent all year working with them on. You know, Justin would like to have excuse me, a couple of shots back there, especially a particular 7-ball that would have put him in great position to knock off Niels Fyen, but just didn't work out that way. But very, very proud of the way the team handled themselves from a composure standpoint and a professionalism standpoint. And now that he's had a taste of that, I know how much he would like to go back. And this year the selection process is different. Last year it was 100% up to Mark Wilson. Excuse me. This year the first 3 will be determined by points, and this is a Moscone Cup points event. All 3 divisions here, 8-ball, 9-ball, and 10-ball. The top 32 in each of those divisions respectively for the men will receive points towards Moscone Cup selection at the end of the year. And that will also apply, pardon me, when we get to the Rio in July for the recently announced US Open 8-ball and US Open 10-ball championships, which are going to be played on the same equipment we're using here, a 7-foot diamond with 4.5-inch pro-cut pockets, Simonis Tour Blue 860, the Magic Rack, and Cyclop pool balls. So there's 5 bar table events, 3 here and the 2 in Vegas in July, that will make up half of the, I believe, 10 events total that will carry Moscone Cup points. The other 5 will be big table events. The first one has already happened. That was the Derby City 9-ball division. I believe the next one will be the Hopkins Super Billiards Expo event. Turning Stone, of course, the U.S. Open 9-ball in October, and I believe that's the last event for points, so I'm not sure if there's one more there that I've failed to remember, but if I can come up with it, I will pass it along. But anyway, that's going to determine the top 3, or the first 3 of the 5-member American team. And then I believe the last 2 will be wild card selections, either by the captain or by Matchin or a combination of both. And you can be sure that Shane's going to be on the team, whether he's in the top 3 in the points or not, so that really kind of leaves only 4 spots to battle for. But I'm excited about the way this year is going to unfold with that big prize at the end of the year, and it's going to be held, I believe, the dates are December 7th to 10th in Vegas, but the venue hasn't been determined yet. So back here to our 9-ball match, and Justin with a 3-2 lead. He's sizing up this combination because there's really no good run-out possibility. And I don't blame him for playing it. He was not an easy shot. I mean, that's not something you'd expect to be made much more than 5 out of 10 times, if that. I think Jerry will play this cross side because he'd like to get on the 2 because the 3-9 is makeable. Well, the 3-9 is now not makeable. It's a 3-9 billiard. But I don't know that he's got a path to get there unless he plays the 2 in the left-hand pocket and comes 3 rails around the 8. So let's see what happens. Well, that was his choice, and it was the excuse me, the correct way to go. But it made the shot play a lot harder, and he's left Justin, I think, with the 2-ball that might just squeeze by that 6. It's hard to tell. He's looking at it real close. When he moves, we'll get a good view. Thanks, Andy. It looks like he's got the long rail side of the pocket, but the thing is, can he follow the cue ball and miss the 5? And still pocket the deuce. This is really, really tight. Now he's looking at maybe the 2-6, and that's not that bad of an idea either. I wonder if that 6-9 is wired. Oh boy. That was a really good shot too. He should be able to put him under the 3. I think he can miss the 3 going into the rail. Let's see. He can't hit the right side of the 2 as we're looking because the 7's got him. What you got to worry about here, though, if you raise the 2 to go behind the 3, is A, don't scratch, and B, avoid a double kiss. Nothing easy here. was as good as he could have done from there. I'm not sure if Jerry can get under the 9. Even if he can, it's really still all Justin could have done with that. Now, if Jerry can't get under the 9, he's got big trouble. Looks like he can. Nice shot, Jerry. Good speed there. You know, he's got a big helper here with the 3 to try to kick this 2 into the 9 or kick the 2 in under the 9. Oh, boy. I'll tell you, that he could not have hit that ball much better. Wow. That's really cruel. The only good part of it is I don't think Jerry can make the 9 ball. Not the way the balls are lined up, but maybe we can get that camera behind the 9 and have a look. Thanks, Andy. You see, he can't play the billiard. I don't think the only thing would be if the combination would double kiss the 9 in. Well, okay, that's what happened. Really unfortunate for Justin to play that good of a kick shot and wind up leaving it that way. So 3-3, back on serve. Jerry breaking here in the game 7. If you're in the vicinity of Reno and you'd still like to get involved in the 8-ball division, don't forget that the official cue of the U.S. Bar Table Championships is OB. And if you've got an OB cue, you better have a Kamui tip on it, because they're also the official tip of the U.S. Bar Table Championships. So come here with the right stuff and you'll do well. And we'd like to again say thanks to our gracious host and sponsor also of the USBTC, the GSR, the Grand Sierra Resort. Just a terrific venue for this event, and we're just thrilled to be here again. But if you like bar box 8-ball and you'd like to throw your hat in the ring with all these other players up here, you still can sign up for the 8-ball division, which doesn't start till the 20th. $150 entry fee, includes green fee and registration fee, and double elimination race to 5. Nice stroke. All right, let's see if we get back to some run-out 9-ball here. We opened up with 3 or 4 on the run-outs. He's looking at the 6-9. You know, once the 3's out of the way, there'll be room there if he wants to actually play for the 6 over where he's standing. And the 5 is a pretty good connector to do that. The 9's definitely further off the cushion than the 6-ball is, which will make it play a little bit tougher should he elect the combination, but he'll have a much better feel for it after he gets on the 4. He might have tried to bump the 6 there. I'm not sure if he intended to miss it or not, but he's still not in bad shape. Good shot. 4-3. And the chance to break and take a 2-game lead. His cue ball was parked right in the middle of the table and it got kicked. He's still going to have a shot in the side though. And looks like he should be able to roll up and be able to shoot the 2. Probably going to run into the 8, but I think if he'll hit it with just enough speed to make sure the 8 rolls away from the cue ball, he should be okay. He's not even going to flirt with the 8. He's going to draw it over. Nice shot. So he's going to have a look at the 4 ball, unless he has already done so. I don't know whether that will go by the 6, and that's going to be the key to this rack. Yeah, it's right there, having a look. Slow down. It's nice to be close to the object ball when you got to cheat the pocket a little bit. It really, really helps. So the first 2-game lead of the match goes to Justin, 5-3, and Jerry to break. Well, he's not going to have much to do with the 1 ball. Might 2-rail it, try to have it wind up behind the 9-3, keep the cue ball down there. Just doesn't want it to hit the 8, if that's what he does. he went that way, and that's certainly a good choice too. Good shot there. Well, the 9 is in the way for the 1-rail kick. Everything else is in the way for a 2-rail kick. He may have to jump. Or what's he looking at now? And try to bend it backwards a little bit here with draw. Yeah, watch the cue ball bend. If he does this, I still don't think he can do it though. He's got to go too deep by the 5, so it looks like maybe the jump is the right way to go. See, this is, you know, you can hit this ball 3 rails, but you're not going to get a ton of separation between the balls. You're going to rely on a little bit of luck. And he didn't get any. And that's the problem with that kick, is by the time it gets to the object ball, the cue ball's basically out of gas. But he might have wanted to just make sure he hit the ball and just maybe hope that he left Jerry tough. On the end table on that row in the black shirt, just got a really big loud voice. That's a nice touch on that shot. You know, a lot of times you wind up way short on that shot because the cue ball tends to die when it hits the first cushion. You really got to give it a little bit more than you think. And Jerry did that and did it very well. Good job by Mr. Matchin. Gets one back. Trails by 1 rack, 5-4, but Justin has the break. So Jerry just needs 1 turnover here to get even, because he won the lag, and the all-important lag. And if he can stay even with Justin, if it goes to the end, he'll have the opportunity first. I think I'd push out and make the 2-ball. He's not going to do that because maybe he's thinking he can kick the 1 in the side off the 5. Got to be careful with Whitey if you do that. The reason I would suggest making the 2, and it's just my opinion on the push out, is then the ball after the 1 becomes the 4 ball. And depending on where you might leave the guy, or if he passes it back or whatever, I mean, it's not like all you got to do is make the 1 and you know you're going to be able to have another shot. But that doesn't mean that's not the only thing that might be successful here. And he's going back to his first instinct, which was to kick the 1. Maybe he's going to try to hold it under the 7. I don't know if he can do that. I'm not sure if he got away with it. It was pretty well thought out. I mean, now that I see what he did, as long as he knew he wasn't going to scratch and wind up with distance between the 2, it didn't have to come out like this for Jerry. Looks like it's almost impossible to not hit the 2 coming out. I think he's just going to hit it easy. Shot. That was a really nice out made by Jerry there to tie the match up at 5. And he has regained the advantage now, breaking in the odd-numbered games. So from 5-3, it's 5-5. And he's got a chance to inch himself ahead here. Well, I think Justin's got to move the 9 ball here on the push out. Not sure what I'd be doing. But I didn't make the Mosconi Cup, and he did. Actually, that's a pretty damn good push right there. I think Jerry can bank the 1 between the 7 and the 2 and try to hide it up here. If he can get the cue ball out. I really don't think that was the plan. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking, but it sure worked out all right for him. I wonder if there's a billiard on the 9 with the cue ball here. Kind of a two-way shot. Just graze the 1 to the side rail. Take a whack at the 9 with the cue ball. Doesn't look like there's a, you know, any kind of assured sellout doing that. As long as the 1 stays above the side. Hard to tell if he can hold the 1 ball and do that. You got a nice camera angle there to see what we're talking about. Or maybe just go all out for the 1 in the side. I think I'd rather shoot the billiard on the 9 than try to shoot the 1 in the side. Because no guarantee, you'd have to draw the cue ball into the 6 to have a shot at the 2. And even if you play the carom and you play the cue ball into the long rail, it could wind up behind the 5. Just looking at it. He made it, I think. Nice shot. That was the shot, folks. It was right there. Good two-way shot. Good recognition by Jerry. And he goes ahead in the match 6-5 now over Justin Bergman. Yeah, he can make it. It sure had me fooled because I would have swore he could make that ball straight in. Obviously, I was wrong, and he executed a nice shot there. Didn't quite get as good a leave as he would have liked. That was a nice shape shot from the 1 to the 5. Nice work there, Justin. 6 apiece. And kept that cue ball from going right in the drink. Nothing easy about this rack. 2 balls in a really funky spot. Not sure there's any advantage to trying to make the 1 ball here. he was trying to have the 2 hit the 7. Yep, he's not happy with that. Well, he got a little bit lucky there on the leave. This is double tough to cut this in the side. Oh, sure doesn't seem like it'll pass the 8. You definitely have to adjust here for the throw effect. You know, either got to use outside or you got to actually play to overcut it just a tad, because it's going to cling momentarily. And usually this is missed on the far side. And then of course you got to be able to get back down to at least the head string. So nothing easy here. I don't blame him for getting up 2 or 3 times on this. You got to be 100% committed to your stroke and trust it. And he knows all this stuff. He knows that. I think the corner pocket's got him spooked a little bit, even with draw. Well, you know, tough shot, tough safe. You got to shoot. Ooh, that's not going to be good, I don't think. All right, Jerry's going to have to probably go around the 8 ball here. Now, it's not as tough as it appears if I see the angle correctly. I don't know that he can hold the cue ball down there. Well, if it didn't hit the 9, it was going right into the 8 ball. He got pretty lucky there. Played the shot the right way, just didn't play it well. It turned out all right. You know, he made a mess of the 6 ball position the first time, and then he got fortunate when he did try to play it cross side, and then again he got fortunate there going from the 6 to the 7. But sometimes that's just the way things happen, and hopefully it evens out for both guys before it's all done. So we're kind of on serve in the match here. 7-6 Jerry, Justin breaking. But that didn't have to turn out that good for Jerry, that rack. Cue ball kicked again, but this time it's a little better, but it was dead center of the table. I wonder if he can bump into the 5, cut the 1, come into the 5 ball to stop the cue ball, or if he can go all the way around 3 rails to the middle of the table. He played the safe route, which was long rather than short. Good shot. And tied again, we are. Now the pressure's all on Jerry here, because if he can't win this rack, his opponent's going to break on the hill. So as much as it's nice to have that advantage and be breaking in the odd-numbered games, it does tend to put a little extra heat on you. He's been breaking fairly well. One ball just teased him in the side, hit the points, and it sat right there for Justin. And that's exactly what he was hoping for. Not only has he got a chance, but he's got a wide open table with nothing tied up. The only ball that's going to require some attention probably is the 5. And he's got 2 sides and a corner for it. Yeah, I like there for the 4 ball because I'd like to play the 5 in the upper left as you're looking at the table. That way you got both corners for the 6, and even straight in on the 6 is not going to be any problem because the 7's sitting good. Yeah, I like this angle. Just past the side, right about where he's standing. Perfect. Good shot. Nice out by Justin. He's now going to break for the match. This has actually been a very, very well played, for the most part, set by both guys. And it's been pretty exciting, too. I mean, it's only one time was there a 2-game lead. Jerry had him 5-3. And it's either been tied or one game before that and since. So both men have comported themselves extremely well here in this set. That 4 is a big help, a real big help to Justin right here. It means he doesn't have to play a very tough shot in the side or a long cut in the corner. I think if he just nudges the 4 in, let the 1 drift down a little bit, maybe he can even hold the 1 right in front of the side. I don't think so, though. I think he just needs to let it drift down and also maintain the angle, and he's done that. Careful from the 2 to the 3. Key shot right here. Well, evidently there is some question about whether the 8 can be made in the lower right pocket. Well, if the 8 goes, he's perfect. Oh, smart shot. Good work. Yeah, really well played right there. And a well-deserved victory this will be for either man, but Justin fought back from 5-3 down. Nice job. Very enjoyable match, well played by both men. So we have reached that point, ladies and gentlemen, where we're going to transition to the 10-ball final. And Skyler's entering the room now to start his warm-up, as is Jeff. So we're going to plan for an on-time 5:30, but we may give him an extra couple of minutes of warm-up here because we got a little bit late start So stand by for the 10-ball final, everybody.